Mall, but you have a microphone with which you can saunter around through the crowd. Would you start?
Why don't we swap?
Would you start doing that, please?
You want me to work now?
And work the crowd for me, please.
All right. I'll wander. I'll see
Okay.
David.
Wait a second. That's not a headphone stand.
Here goes Ken Charles walking out into the ever-widening and growing crowd here at the Bay Area Outlet Mall on this Friday, the 7th anniversary WPLP birthday party, where more and more people are coming in. And Kenny's out in the crowd trying to force people to talk
David,
on the
help!
radio.
Probably they're trying to pick pockets if it's anything like last year.
Help me, David. I've been grabbed.
Go ahead, Ken.
David, they're asking me for your wife.
I don't know where is she. She is here, but I have not seen her for the past 3 hours. I don't know where
She's probably
she
asleep
is.
again.
She is
But she does
probably
every time I'm around.
she's probably depleting the already meager Fowler bank
she's out
account.
getting
Is what
some
I
pizza?
think. She's been gone for 3 hours. I don't know where she is. Except if going store to store, every time I think of that, I become a little worried. I've seen my young and lovely wife down and signed on, so I don't know where she is. If she shows up before I'm off the air, I will introduce her to you. She's somewhere around here. I don't know. Let me, Gordon, what's happening? Anything? All right.
No, we're just hanging out.
That's succinct. Where are you, Kenneth?
I'm over here to your left, my
Okay.
right, or is it my left and your
I don't
right?
care. With whom are you talking?
I'm over here. I'm not really talking with anyone. This woman here, though, has wanted to chat with you all day.
Well, now you can
I
do
have.
it.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine.
I enjoy seeing you in person. I enjoy your wit.
I haven't been particularly witty today, have I? See, I don't
I
do...
can't hear you. The sound
Yeah, I
is
know.
a
That's a
little
problem, too.
David,
Bob,
talk louder.
Bob, you have 4 hours coming up there.
Dave, talk louder.
That's the most humorous thing I can say.
Shout, David.
Migraine.
Yell louder.
No, I can't sit
It's
here,
getting
sir, and
stronger.
shout into this microphone. I'll blow us off the air back at the station if I do that.
Well, we won't talk to her again, I don't think.
I guess not. I thank you for coming out, though, darling. We have had a problem out here with the audience here being able to hear. They can't hear. And that's why you see me perspiring here so profusely as I
thought it was because you hadn't had a drink for a while.
twist in my chair. Twist in my chair. You have 4 hours coming up, Bob. This is the hi, Marty. This is WPLP birthday party, the 7th anniversary, where we're trying to raise money as best we are able for big brothers, big sisters of Pinellas County. Ken Charles with the walk-around mic out in the crowd, but no one wants to talk on the radio out here today, and I find that unusual to say the very least. Have you got any tickets, Kenny? He can't hear me. Oh my, we have all kinds of stuff to give
They're
away.
taking my picture now, Dave.
Yeah? Do you have any tickets?
Yeah, I've got 2 tickets in my hand to SeaWorld.
Okay.
Why
What do
don't
you
you
wanna
go?
do?
I'll tell you what we will do. We'll do what we do.
They're grabbing me again. They want your wife.
You're being tugged at.
She doesn't know you. Why don't you tell him?
I don't know you since you got your hair cut.
It's not a haircut. It's a toupee.
Not a very good one either.
Who's the other one sitting down? Is that...
I can't hear you.
Yeah, I know.
I've got 2 tickets to SeaWorld,
I
and
never suffered
I
like
think
this
I'm going to have
in
to
my
give
life.
them to you to save my life.
No, here you go. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
All right. Give the 2 tickets to SeaWorld. All right, we'll do what we did before to anybody whose driver's license contains a 5 and a 7 right now.
You got it.
2 tickets to SeaWorld. Those are good tickets, too. I think they retail at $800 each.
Boy, look at the lengths these people are going.
What, have you already got it? Do you know you have your number memorized? It is.
No, you don't have a 7.
It's the 32-year-old mother of Brandon here. 32 years old, huh, honey? Let me see that. Okay.
Just in the number, David, the driver's license number.
She's got it. Yeah. You win 2 tickets to SeaWorld. Hi again, Brandon. There they are, up there. Kenny has them. You're going to have to go up and get them right here, Kenny.
Got
That one right there?
Sleazy-looking man up there.
Yeah.
With
He's
Derek?
the one with the tickets.
Derek's got to sing for me before I get
It's not
the
Derek,
tickets.
it's Brandon.
Brandon.
Yeah.
All right, come here, Brandon. Kind of like Oliver. We'll make him sing for
You know,
us
they're not
supper.
doing bad. They picked up
Why
a
do they have
T-shirt
to go
and
to you?
tickets,
Why
yeah.
don't you go to them?
I'm the
Because.
keeper. I love this crowd.
He
They're
can't
just
hear
wonderful.
us. Oh,
Well,
another
please answer
lady
me.
with a 5-0. Yeah, you don't have to. I believe you. I believe you. Go up there to Kenny, the guy in the beige coat with the long hair, right there. One whose eyes,
Wait a second.
whose eyes look funny.
More
right?
SeaWorld tickets?
Yeah.
That woman you believe. The
Give
other
them
woman,
out.
the
Come
younger
on.
woman, you had to look at the driver's license for 5-10 minutes. I don't understand, Fowler.
Give them away. Give them to
David,
her.
we got to make them work for these tickets.
No,
if
that's
we're gonna
all
give
right.
them away.
This lady's got them. She's coming up.
There she is.
Yeah.
I found her.
You go ahead and
Brandon
give
wants
them
to
to her.
sing to you again. We'll get him to sing for Bob next hour.
Yeah, sure.
Brandon,
Yeah.
say something, though.
Don't turn
You
it
know
down. Bob.
long songs, really?
Yeah.
Gregorian chants, maybe?
He froze.
4-hour piece from Wagner would be nice.
It really would. It really would, yes. Yes.
Say what? I'm being summoned from the back. Say to what? Oh, boy, this is hectic and confusing out
You
here.
do have a
folks.
call from
Believe me.
Tampa, by the way, Fowler.
Okay, Tampa, welcome to WPLP.
You had a call from
And
Tampa.
good luck. I think we have somebody very worth listening to when we have your program on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Tampa, and I don't get the call.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, just rarely.
Yeah.
It
You're getting
isn't that I
hostile,
don't
David.
listen, because I do.
Mm-hmm.
And I also want to say that I've been listening to WPLP since its inception.
Mm-hmm.
Now, about a year after you went on the air, I believe your people had a
There's
presentation
your young and lovely wife.
at West Shore
Mm-hmm.
Plaza.
Mm-hmm.
And so we did get to meet all the hosts at that time.
Uh-huh.
And that was a salutary thing.
Uh-huh.
I particularly like your program because you have you encourage meaningful commentary and community participation.
Oh, yes.
You believe that?
Sure do. Anything you say, ma'am.
I beg your pardon?
Yes, ma'am, I sure do. I have no idea.
What did you say?
Ma'am, thank you for your call. Gordon back at the station, please. I'm sorry, but I could not understand the caller.
You know,
I
the
know
really.
she was being very
Did
sweet,
you,
but I
did you
could not
stop to
understand
think
her.
about the fact that now there are hundreds of people that know how you react and the faces that you make and the gyrations that you go through when you have a call?
No, that's not true. I only do that when I can't understand the caller. I just barely could understand the lady, and I
I
apologize.
understood what she was saying.
I could not. So I apologize to you, ma'am. I couldn't really get it there. What do we got back here in the red? Where's my wife? I am just about through here for this Friday afternoon.
You really think this is going to put an end to your career?
I don't know.
You'll be able to get another job.
Isn't that cute? I have just about 10 minutes to go before
Earth to
the
David.
news, and then... What was that?
Earth to David.
Yeah. What?
David, there's a woman here who's got a burning question that she must ask you.
I'd see a doctor. Where is she?
I want to watch you laugh.
Well, do something
What, do you want me
funny.
to tickle him or something? Huh?
After 3 hours, you want me to laugh?
Well, I've been waiting here 2 hours to watch you.
I'll tell you what, hold on for 10 more minutes and you'll see me go crazy.
Now, see, he still won't laugh.
No, see, I don't like doing this. I've said that before. I don't like to be in public. I don't like people looking at me. I just am uncomfortable in
Maybe
crowds.
that's why you wouldn't laugh, because I've been watching you for 2 hours.
I begged them. I said, please get someone else. They said, no, you're the most popular host we have on the radio station, Fowler. My God, we need you.
Come on, David. You've got that boyish grin and that impish giggle.
Wait, I want to ask somebody something here real quickly before we take a break, and then I'm going to wrap it up for me before the news. Did you buy anything today? Is that all? That little sack is the only money you spent?
Who's this woman?
We're not going to make a trip around door to door picking up merchandise that you've bought the past 3 hours?
No, I was very kind to you.
What is in that little bag that you're holding there?
It's a surprise.
For whom?
Me.
I thought so. Well, that looks small enough to be too expensive to suit me. I'd rather see a big box. And don't say anything, Lassiter. To
No, I won't say anything.
I know.
Who is this woman?
Being an old Navy man. What?
Would you please give us your city and name, please? City first.
Yeah.
St. Pete Beach.
All right, that's
My name
enough.
is Ray.
That's enough. Please give out no more. Now go hide quickly before
Quickly.
people come up and ask you, what's he really
She's
like?
escaped from the Tiki Beach Hut.
What's he do in bed? Never mind about such intimate questions. I mean, you can see with the age disparity, not a whole hell of a lot. Time is 3:50. The holidays rapidly approacheth, do they not? Hi, everybody. This is David Fowler, and I've come across what welcome back to the last few minutes for me. This Friday afternoon, the 7th anniversary, this WPLP birthday party at the Bay Area Outlet Mall.
How many of you people would like David to stay an extra 2 hours?
Oh, boy, I can tell you right now, these people...
An extra 2 hours?
No one could hate me that much out there. I know I'll make a lot of you mad and irritate you and get on your nerves, but there's nothing.
You haven't made them mad enough and irritated them enough
today.
today.
To stay another 2 hours.
How about if they gave money to Big Brothers to get you to stay?
No. I've been asking them to give money to Big Brothers for 3 hours.
For little kids.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll stay right up until 8 o'clock with you for every $100 bill I see. Boy, that stopped it, didn't it? There's the price of popularity. Nothing. Right. What a cheap crowd. No, that's not true. Many have been.
Would you take 520s? Would you take 520s?
I'll tell you what, I'm going to wrap this up.
Would you take 520s?
Bob Lassiter jabbering at
Would you
me
take
over
520s?
You mean you'd pay me $100 to sit here with you?
That's conceivable.
No, forget it. It has to come from those assembled here, the adoring fans of WPLP. This is David Fowler, a.k.a.
For a lousy $100 you would stay
a.k.a. No.
in 4 hours.
No. A.k.a. you know who. Here is my, oh, there it is. This must be for Lassiter. Oh, my Lord, I can't hold that sucker. Huh? Is that right? Well, at least it's new, I assume.
They're hard to tell.
Unless somebody goes pennies.
Here's Dawn Richards. Would you test this for newness, please, Dawn? Someone just brought a gleaming stainless steel hospital bedpan full of pennies. This thing must weigh 40 pounds.
Yeah, that's a biggie.
I think that's going to put me over the record.
Can
you imagine if you took this and put it in a hospital room, a bedpan full of pennies, and when the guy wakes up, he says, "Oh, my God, I can get rich this way," right?
We said most unusual container. We said nothing about taste. I think the rules will be changed next year.
Yeah, well, I've seen nothing tasteless about that. I'll tell you, boy, that's a lot of pennies.
It could have been a lot worse.
Here you go, take it. I'm afraid it's going to fall off. We have pennies everywhere. Oh, boy. I don't know who brought it, but thank you very much, even though the container was more apropos to the show to follow mine than I believe it to have been.
I beg your pardon.
To my show. Let me ask you one more time. Those of you listening, you have a long time yet to come out here. I say we in a general sense, I don't mean me. There will be those from WPLP out here. Need what? Oh, really? Okay. Why don't we do that at 3:54? That's it for me on this Friday, this 7th anniversary birthday party.
Well, you're going to stay an hour with me, right? The audience demands it.
WPLPs. I have had a good time this afternoon.
That's not what you said to me off mic.
And really enjoyed it out here today.
Perfect. Thank you, Michael. That's it. You got to turn the microphones on, guys. Otherwise, gee willikers. Just cool it, Rick. Just cool it. Joining me here in the hot seat, two young ladies, Miss Dunedin and Miss Seminole. Very strange names. They're towns in this area. Just like that. What a coincidence. How did you get to be Miss Dunedin? Let's start, obviously, with Miss Dunedin.
How did I start off?
Yeah.
Well, I graduated from Dunedin High School, and I was in one of my classes, and I got a note from our occupational therapist, and they said that they had a job opening at Allen's Florist in Dunedin. And I went down, and I had my interview, and they told me I was employed. And during Christmas season, it got really busy, and my boss, Alan, asked me if I was going to run the Miss Dunedin pageant, and I had no idea if I was going to or not. And he convinced me, and I went to all the rehearsals, which was every Sunday before, and our contestant was on February 16th, and that night I wasn't really sure what the outcome was going to be. We had very good contestants, and it was a big shock and a great surprise that I was crowned Miss Dunedin, but ever since then I've loved every minute of it.
Now, where does all this lead to?
Well, in June we went to the Miss Florida pageant over in Orlando, and since then I've been doing local appearances, and I will soon be doing the Dunedin Christmas Parade.
The Dunedin with the big guy with the red suit and the beard?
Yes.
Fantastic. Miss Seminole, your life story.
My
We
life.
can pick it up, when you're about 18 or so.
Well, this is the second year that I've been Miss Seminole. I was also Miss Seminole.
Wait a second. What do you mean the second year you've been
Yes.
Miss Seminole?
In 1981.
Does it get any
I was-
better than that in Seminole? Not that it's that bad, but I mean.
Well, under the laws of the Miss America pageant, you can't enter a pageant more than once as long as you have one consecutive year in between. And I was Miss Seminole in 1981. Seminole's my hometown. And I went to Miss Florida then. I had a great time, and I decided to come back again in 85. And Seminole's been great to me, so I decided I'd enter the pageant again, and I won. And I was very happy to be representing Seminole at the Miss Florida pageant in June.
Just out of curiosity, why would somebody enter a beauty pageant?
There's a
Not
lot.
being very beautiful myself, I've never considered it.
There's a lot of experience out there.
Because we're running an announcement on the air. Tim Williams, the general manager, talking about raising power and building 6 towers and all kinds of other strange things that I don't understand. I know nothing about radio or how it works or anything else, really. And I would like you to do the best you possibly can, in simple layman's language, explain how all of this is going to make anything different. I mean, we're still going to be at 570, right?
Correct. We're going to stay at 570.
So how's it going to be any better?
Well, we're going to increase our power from 1,000 to 5,000 watts, which that gives you at least 5 times the amount of signal. So that's one way.
Well, now, wait a second. I can pick up the station going down to Fort Myers in the daytime. Do you mean I'm going to be able to pick it up 5 times further than Fort Myers?
Possibly.
Venezuela?
Well, another reason is because WPLP right now, we're in Seminole, which is in the middle of Pinellas County, and we are expanding and putting our tower site way up north. So we're going to beam our signal from Pasco County into Tampa and into Pinellas County, much stronger than we do now.
Much stronger than we do now.
Much stronger than we do now.
What's it going to mean to the people who are listening to us just fine right now? They're going to have to turn the volume down?
No, the volume will stay the same, although a lot of the people that are having problem with Cuban interference, that'll be alleviated. And we expect construction to start in mid-January.
Well, since we're getting this Cuban interference on 570, we can't make Castro do anything about it. Why don't we just, move to 580 or 590?
Well, because those channels are taken by other stations. Castro has, for, 5 years now, gone against the North American broadcast agreements, and he is broadcasting illegally on 570. He has no regard for the United States. He has no regard for the U.S. radio station.
I handle the politics. You just,
Well, it's the truth. And in order to get his message into South America, he steps all over WPLP radio. So the only way we have to fight it is to increase our power. The commission has said, well, WPLP, you have a real problem with Cuban interference, so we're going to give you 5,000 watts. The law only allows us to have 1,000 watts, but the government has said, well, you've got a problem, we'll go to 5,000 watts in your instance.
Okay, well, if 5,000 is better than 1,000, why don't we go to 25,000 or 50?
When we start stepping on stations in the United States, as well as covering what we're supposed to, with 5,000 watts, we'll do an adequate job.
Will any of the areas that are currently getting the station be adversely affected when we move the
Absolutely
transmitter
not.
site? Everybody that's currently getting us will get us just as well, if not better.
Yes, sir.
Plus, a lot of areas that are not getting us, that don't know that we're coming there, will find out sooner or later.
Mainly Hillsborough County.
Mainly Hillsborough.
Yes, sir.
I thank you very much, Dave.
You're welcome.
My pleasure. Coming up on 429 at News Talk 57 WPLP, a monstrous round of applause for David Murray, who somehow went to a wonder school, got himself a first-class FCC ticket, and tricked the boss into hiring him as the chief engineer. I've never seen anything like it in my entire life. The man knows nothing, as you can clearly hear, about the business. Oh, thank you. They're coming up and handing me money. Let's say a non-moose called for last night for Big Brothers. A Nani Moose. Yes, all right. Okay, $40 I have here. 2 $20 bills for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And Miss Pinchpenny is around here somewhere. There she is. Miss Pinchpenny, you have a whole slew of checks for me that we might as well do away with right now. Money that I have raised through the generosity of the people that listen to the Bob Lassiter Show for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And those funds will be coming over here very shortly. Where is the lady with the money? I'm really surprised that she's still in town. Yes, please, if you would, Mary. In the envelope, or envelope as the case may be. Look at that, just filled and stuffed with checks and dollars and all kinds of stuff. Did you run a total on that? Was I correct?
I took your word for it, Bob.
You took my word for it, okay.
Is that a mistake?
Also, in my jacket over there are a couple of checks that came in today because we have, in checks and cash, not counting this total, or this $40, $597.25, which would make $37.25 for Big Brothers and Big Sisters.
Thank you. That's fantastic.
Thank the people that listen to my show. They're the ones that did it. They're the ones that did it.
We'll be here all afternoon.
What kind of things will happen with that $637?
Well, I don't know how familiar everyone is with Big Brothers, Big Sisters, but we have over 200 children right now waiting to be placed in the county, children without a parent. And this money goes to provide the counseling that we can place these children, to screen the big brothers and the little brothers, to put them together, and the big sisters and little sisters. And every penny goes to that, and it all stays in Pinellas County.
What kind of screening process?
It's very extensive. They have counselors, and the counselors do a complete screening on the big brothers and big sisters, histories, what their interests are. And then they do family counseling on the other end with the little brothers and little sisters, and then they place them together. It's a very, very extensive process. We have to be very careful on who's placed with who.
That's fantastic. How many are there right now in Pinellas County? How many big brothers and sisters?
What's the count now, Kuma? What's the count of big brothers and big sisters right now? 400.
But you could still use at least a couple of hundred more?
Well, that's just one's just on a waiting list. There's many, many more that we can't even put on a waiting list.
What are the requirements for having a big brother or a big sister?
It's in a single-parent home.
It must be a single-parent home?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And any age group?
Any
age restrictions,
through,
I should say.
6 through 13. 6
through 13. Fantastic. Colleen, put it to good use if you would.
Oh, we will. Thank you very much.
My pleasure indeed. Coming up on 4:34 at the radio station, we will, let's see if we'll answer questions on homework, intimate details about my life, intimate details about Rick's life. Also, in a few minutes, we're going to drag Rick over here and find out why he is so mean and nasty to you when you call. This is the man. He is... See? You saw that? He threw things at me? He's just one of the meanest people I've ever seen. People call up and he grumbles at them, and we're going to find out why. I suspect, frankly, that his wife puts too much starch in his shorts. But we will answer all of those mysteries momentarily here at News Talk 57 WPLP. I'm Bob Lassiter. 4:35 is the time.
Discover you, Cleveland.
Thank you, Michael. And the WPLP Tampa Bay area weather forecast calls for basically sunny skies and cool temperatures right on through the weekend, except at nighttime, obviously. There won't be too much sun at that time. However, the big problem is it's going to get cold tonight. It is going to get cold tonight, dropping down to about 40 degrees, but recovering into the 60s tomorrow. Currently, temperatures in the mid to the low 60s throughout the Tampa Bay area, 4:39 the time at WPLP. I have a gentleman sitting next to me, and I also am going to put Ken Charles to work. Is there anybody here that would like to get something for free? Nobody wants any.
Down their first name and phone number at the end of the show. Chris and I call everybody back that got phone calls.
What kind of people call in?
All different kinds. Sick and perverted. That's the way we like them, sick and perverted. Yeah, 374 was an exceptionally fine caller. There are a lot of really nice people.
How many dates have you gotten off with, Mary?
How many dates have I had?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I missed the last part.
How many dates have you taken?
Personally?
Yes. Right. I mean, I assume you keep all the good ones, right?
Of course not. That wouldn't be fair.
No, that wouldn't be fair.
No, we're always fair about the show.
I see.
I would never do that. Chris wouldn't do that either.
And you have an article this week in Newsweek magazine?
Well, there is a real nice article, as a matter of fact, about Christopher James in the Suncoast magazine.
Suncoast magazine, Mary. Oh.
Well, it mentions the Dateline show a couple of times anyway. And it has Chris James' picture on the front page of the story.
You're going to be around the mall for a while tonight?
Oh, I sure am. I'm going to be here till 8 o'clock, and I'll probably be here till they kick me out.
Matching, dateless people up here?
Well, we'll see what we can do a little bit. I'm trying to get around and meet a few people, and maybe we can do some matchmaking here. You never know.
You never know about those kinds of things.
Maybe I'll even find something to do later on tonight.
With luck, Mary, with luck. Coming up on 4:57 at News Talk 57 WPLP, Al Carroll, the super handy man, with all kinds of super handy tips, don't you know?
When you packed them away last year, all of the Christmas tree lights were working. And now, when you take them... Hey, do it yourself.
Well, we're having a ball at the mall. Tim Coles. Tim, welcome.
Thank you very much.
We've never really had an opportunity to meet before until today.
That's true.
And, actually, the reason that we're here is, of course, to raise money for Big Brothers and Big Sisters. And when we first met, I guess about an hour or so ago, you had sat in for me a couple of weeks ago and did a show. I came back and commented on it. And I thought that maybe we could discuss it here, and as you did, too, because you made some statements that I thought were...
Yes, I didn't.
Not kind toward women.
I didn't discuss it after the show, but I certainly discussed the subject on the air. Yes.
Right. It was in relation to a statement that the White House Chief of Staff, Donald Regan, had made over in Geneva, or actually it was made in Washington, but came to light in Geneva.
He told the truth, and politicians should never tell the truth.
Oh, come now. He didn't tell the truth.
If he had said
did. Men and women, most men and women wouldn't have the vaguest idea.
Let's see. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, about 20 women here. Ask them the question.
Which question would you like me to ask?
What is throw weight?
Okay. Can anybody tell me what throw weight is? I've got a pair of tickets to the opera if you can. Think about it. We're talking about missiles. What would throw weight be?
Don't give any clues.
What do you mean don't give clues? That's not a clue.
All the man said was that ladies, in general terms, he was generalizing, do not pay great attention to arms reduction
And
programs.
either do men.
I beg your pardon?
And either do men.
Oh,
Had he said that, it would have been a perfectly fine statement.
Well, now ask one of the men.
Go ahead.
What is throw weight? Can one of you gentlemen tell me? What is throw weight?
They're not exactly jumping to their feet either.
It really is so very simple.
Yes, of course. Any moron with a third-grade education that stopped to think about it for a second could figure out what throw weight was.
Yes.
Male or female. It has nothing to do with gender.
There's a moron here trying to get on the air.
That's not a moron. That's Rick.
Oh, I beg your pardon. Rick Moron. You didn't know?
Rick the producer. But had Donald Reagan said men and women, he would have been dead right, because most men would rather watch football games. Most women would rather watch soap operas. There's no denying that.
All right. Well,
That's
then
true.
you're agreeing with me.
If you're going to include the men in the statement as well.
Yeah, but the statement was about women.
And the statement was very pejorative.
And, well, that's great. That makes great talk show business. Nothing wrong with that.
Let me give out the phone
He's agreeing
numbers.
with me, folks.
No,
Let's get
not
this
at all.
straight.
I'm not agreeing unless you're going to add men to it, because
And
if
the-
you're just going to
and-
keep it at women,
And the
then
ladies,
I'm offended.
And the ladies agree with me. They are inferior to men. They agree with me.
Women are inferior to men.
Yes. Not you. You're a lady, I guess. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's one woman in particular who seems to take great exception with that.
Yeah.
392-1218.
That's 1 out of 20.
392-1218 in Pinellas, 224-0057 in Tampa, and 746-0057. Of course, Tim Coles, who does a show on Saturday nights at WPLP, has joined me here in the Pleasure Pit at the Bay Area Outlet Mall.
You disagree? You think women are
Yeah,
equal?
I really do I think women are equal? No, I think women are probably superior to men in most ways.
Oh, explain that to me, please. Explain, please.
You'll hear the applause on that statement.
Yes.
Explain to you?
Give me some hard, concrete facts about
Yeah, okay. Women, as
superiority.
a general rule of thumb, are far more compassionate. Women, as a general rule of thumb, are not hung up on their masculinity and their machoism. Women, as a general rule of thumb, whatever
happened to the feminist
what's
movement?
really going on in the world.
What happened to the feminist movement if they're not hung up?
What happened to the feminist movement? What do you mean, what happened to the feminist movement?
Well, you just said women are not hung up on their masculinity. I hope
I
not,
should have
by
said
the
their
way.
gender, obviously.
Yeah. But tell me about feminism.
What would you like to know about feminism, Tim?
I mean, would you consider that feminism is chauvinism?
Is feminism chauvinism? First of all, feminism was never a grand, sweeping issue with every woman in the country, was it?
Oh.
What is feminism all about?
How many women do you know in this
Tim?
country?
What is feminism about?
Feminism is
about equality, isn't it,
It's a
Tim?
feeble attempt on the part of feeble females to be equal.
A feeble attempt on the part of feeble...
And bonko females, too.
Are you married, Tim?
Yes, I am. To an inferior woman.
To an inferior woman?
Yes. I hope I get supper tonight.
How long have you felt that women were inferior?
Well, it's not just me, it's history.
History?
You see, the whole...
Could it possibly be because of men like you who have this macho attitude, have held women down, held women back, convinced them of their inferiority?
No, their natural...
Do you think that women are inferior genetically?
Their natural state in life is to be inferior and walk in my shadow. We got to give the microphone away for a moment. We'll come back.
I'm not going to get embroiled in that. I'd just like to say Attorney General Joe Pippin is here, Attorney General. Ask the attorney. You never know. We're looking into the future. Joe Pippin's here. He's got his book, Ask an Attorney, if you want to make a donation to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Pinellas County, as this woman is doing. I don't know about intelligence, but I think she's pretty smart. We're donating $5 to take the book. Your name is?
Joan.
Joan? Where are you from, Joan?
Clearwater.
You're sure?
Yes.
Are you planning on getting into trouble soon? Is that why you're looking for the book? No, I guess not. Thank you. The Big Brothers and Big Sisters, thank you. Again, we're trying to raise money, 570 pounds of pennies, for the Big Brothers and Big Sisters by the end of the broadcast, which will be 8 o'clock this evening. And
5:30 time. Since you're out there with the microphone, we have the Pinellas County Junior Miss.
Ah, okay. I'll just
Pinellas
kind of
County
waddle
Junior
over
Miss.
here.
You seem to have been in some disagreement with Tim Cole.
I can't understand why.
Yes, I was.
In what way?
I don't believe women are inferior. I believe women and men are equal.
Give me some examples, please.
Some examples. Well, men and women were both created equal.
They were?
Yes.
A woman was made from the rib of a man.
Made from the side to walk beside him.
If you believe in that story, of course.
I do.
Yes.
Well, she also made a very good point, to walk beside him.
Not behind him and not in front of him.
Or in his shadow.
Well,
not in his shadow.
For about 50,000 years, they have walked in his shadow.
No, they haven't. Men and
Funny
women
if you
have worked
believe they
together.
were made from the rib, it's only 5,000 years.
Oh, that's true, yes. But therefore, that particular story was being copied from prior history, medieval history, ancient history. Yeah, you see, ladies usually cannot give substantiated evidence of being equal. They claim equality, that's one thing, but I hear no substantiated evidence of them being equal. Oh, there are a few. I know you're going to say Margaret Thatcher and Golda Meir and Indira Gandhi and people like that. But the reason you do that is because there are so few who have achieved some great stature.
And again, I would come back and say, Tim, is that not basically because of men like yourself who have convinced women
probably
of the fact that they belong at home?
Probably, good point. And that's the way it's going to be.
But that doesn't mean they're inferior, does it, Tim?
There's a lot of... Boy,
just means they're suppressed.
Where are my conservative friends? Aren't there any here tonight? Oh, there he is. Thank you, Rick.
What evidence do you have that women are inferior?
History.
What?
History.
What history?
Who were for the whole of our past, except for this last 20 years or so, who were the great people in history? I mean, you can say Joan of Arc, if you like, and Cleopatra, but really, who were the great people in history?
Who were behind them?
Ah, exactly.
They were supporting them. They could not have done it alone.
That's my point.
They couldn't have done it alone.
Behind them, exactly. Behind every good man, there's a woman.
Behind every good woman, there's a man, too.
Well,
It goes both ways.
That's arguable.
How is it arguable?
And I'm
What's the
sure we
argument?
could continue all night in this vein. I want to thank, first of all, Christine. Is it where?
Yes, it is.
And you're the Pinellas County Junior Miss.
Yes.
And what is a Junior Miss?
Junior Miss is a scholastic pageant. It's not a beauty pageant. And it's based on 5 categories. 35% is interview, 20% is talent, and then 15% for the other 3, which physical fitness, poise and appearance, and scholastic achievement, yes.
All right, and she's down here also to help the Big Brothers and Big Sisters raise 570 pounds a penny. By 8 o'clock tonight, we have some cake left. We're going to be giving away some prizes.
And how many pennies do we have right now?
300 and I think it's about 320 pounds of pennies at this time.
Okay, well, last I heard was 340.
Okay, well, maybe that's the correct number.
Okay,
but we're still
would leave us
shy.
about 230 pounds shy.
About that.
And Christine, I love you, sweetheart.
I love you too.
Thank you.
Just don't walk in his shadow. Coming up on 5:35 at News Talk 57 WPLP. Next to me, my guest, Tim Coles. We shall continue the conversation.